Hi, everyone. My name is Mike Kochasik with the National Weather Service in Louisville. It is Friday, April 4th, 11 a.m. If you're watching this information after 4 p.m., Friday, April 4th, this information may have changed. So please always go to weather.gov and click on the map for your location for the latest forecast information. So as of this video here, we're watching the Kentucky Mesonet here reporting over the last 48 hours a lot of rainfall from much of the state, especially central and western portions here in the dark purple. We're seeing upwards of 5 inches in a lot of spots, 5, 6, 7, 8, maybe even pushing 9 inches in some spots. So there's a lot of rainfall out there, and there's still more to come. So I'm going to switch over here to talk about the rainfall and severe weather risks for today and tomorrow. So for today, we're looking at a level 2 and a level 3 of 5 for severe weather potential for severe wind, hail, as well as tornado potential for south central Indiana, as well as parts of Kentucky. So moving through here today, we have a 2 to 5% chance for a lot of south central Indiana and the western half of Kentucky. There's a 10% chance for any particular county for seeing an EF2 or even stronger storm there in the extreme west part of Kentucky. But for counties, we're talking about a 2 or 5% chance for much of the Louisville coverage area. If we go here for the percentages, we're talking about a 5 to 15% chance for severe hail for any particular county in the Louisville coverage area. And then if we go over to the wind here on the left side, we're talking about a 5, 15%, maybe even a 30% chance for some spots, in the Louisville coverage area, and then 30% chance for some of the western part of Kentucky there. So definitely not out of the woods yet for severe potential today. And then as Saturday comes, we're still looking at a widespread 2 out of 5 risk. That's a slight risk for some severe weather. That's about a 15% chance that you're going to see severe conditions in any of your counties here. And then Sunday, finally, the stationary front starts moving a little bit to our east. There's still a slight risk, or not, marginal risk. That's level 1 of 5 for eastern Kentucky. So there's still that percent chance that you could see something, but we're talking about a low risk at this stage for Sunday. Here's the categories and what they mean, just for your reference if you want to communicate to your folks. And then back to the major flooding expected. We're looking at likely into the weekend seeing some problems, especially earlier where a lot of that heavy rain has already fallen. So this is additional rainfall that we are expecting through Sunday night. So there's still a widespread swath of much of the state of Kentucky, as well as south central Indiana, to see 3, 4, maybe even up to 6 inches of rainfall. Over in the extreme west part of Kentucky, we could see even up to 8 inches of rainfall. So we're talking about widespread river flooding, widespread flash flooding due to heavy rain rates and thunderstorms, and potentially life-threatening situation. Catastrophic, life-threatening flooding is expected. We're talking about today's risk here. We get a little bit of a break, and I'll talk about that here in a second whenever we talk about the simulated radar and what this might look like for us in the next coming days. But here's the risk. So much of south central Indiana and central Kentucky is either in a level 1 or 2 of 4 for flash flooding. And then we go over to the western part of the state there for Kentucky, a moderate risk. That's at least 40% chance of excessive rainfall leading to that rapid onset flash flooding. So this is for any particular county. These are your percentages here on the right side of the screen. But we're mainly concerned with Saturday. And this is where the life-threatening flooding is on the table for excessive rain leading to that rapid onset flooding. So areas that have already seen a lot of rainfall, including here in the west part of Kentucky, and even in south central Indiana and central Kentucky, we're looking at that moderate to high risk, at least 40% chance of rapid onset flooding for your county in the red areas, and then that pink purplish area, at least 70%. So this is a really life-threatening situation where we could see widespread either flash flooding or river flooding, and that goes through Saturday night. Sunday, the rainfall finally starts pushing to our east. Again, not completely off the table for another risk. We have a marginal, that's a level 1 of 5% chance any county in the east, or maybe even down in the Lake Cumberland area for Kentucky, could see some flooding there, rapid onset potentially. So here's the WPC excessive rainfall risk categories and what they mean. And I just want to highlight again the moderate and high risks here that we're talking about. Numerous to widespread flash floods are expected that are potentially life-threatening. Areas that haven't flooded in the past will flood in this example, and this is lives and property are in great danger. So please stay weather aware moving forward. Here's the river flood for the next 10-day potential river levels, and we see a lot of moderate to major flooding for different spots on the Green River, the Ohio River, the Kentucky River. So for your forecast point, if you're interested, go to water.noaa.gov, and you can click on your specific forecast points or your gauge point to see how the river levels are trending for your particular area. And I just want to highlight too here, flooding at night, it's really hard. Our depth perception is not the same at nighttime, and it's impossible to see flooding at night. So please don't travel if you don't have to, but definitely if you encounter closed roads, barricades, or flooded roadways, please don't cross them, and communicate that to your folks. It's very, very important, especially in an event like this. Here's the simulated model radar based on the high resolution rapid refresh. We call it the HER model. And this is noon on Friday, April 4th. And as we scroll through the times here, this is 2 p.m. Eastern time, 4 p.m. Eastern time. So a lot of the heavy rain, not every single county is out of the woods necessarily, but a lot of the widespread heavy rain does lift to the north. And then it's kind of more isolated and scattered, severe potential and heavy rainfall. But that nasty line comes in from Illinois and Missouri and Arkansas. We're talking later tonight, Saturday night, through the overnight. And here it comes. This is midnight. This is 2 a.m. Saturday, 4 a.m. Saturday, and then this is 8 a.m. Saturday moving through. And then here comes another slug of moisture Saturday afternoon, especially for the western part of Kentucky, south central Indiana, central Kentucky moving across. This here is 8 p.m. Saturday moving across, and then another round for south Kentucky moves through here. This is 2 a.m. Sunday morning, and then moving across, leaving the state mostly by daybreak Sunday morning. So if that gives you an idea of some of the projected time there, again, that's what it could look like. It might not exactly look that way, but we're expecting Saturday to be a very busy day. And finally, the heavy rainfall pushes out of south central Indiana and Kentucky sometime overnight Saturday night into Sunday morning. Just a reminder to go to weather.gov for the latest information. You can click on the map there, or go to water.noaa.gov and click on the river levels there for your gauge point or your forecast point to see when the rivers are going to crest into the future. We're expecting river levels to stay elevated or crest Monday through parts of next week. So for your specific forecast, go to water.noaa.gov or weather.gov and click on the map. Thanks for watching, and stay safe out there.